to have a career in civil services, and it was a very decisive moment for me, and very objectively I analyzed all my career options. So I think for any people, for any student, I think there are many career options, and you are the best judge, and you should not fixate your mind to a particular thing. College is the best time. Even after college, if you think certain field is important for you, then you should go for it. And I had many career choices, like working in a corporate, working in a company, or going in research area. So the best way to judge whether you are good in that or not, whether that career option will be good for you or not, is to first try it out and then speak to number of people. So I did internship in a company in my second year, and after that internship I was not very, I was not very, I thought that option is not very good for me. So I decided to go in research. I did some research in my college, and in my third year I did my research internship from Purdue University, US. And even though I did my project well, but that thing was not very attractive to me. And in the final year I decided that if I go into civil services, it will give me a lot of opportunities to work for people, and at the same time I will also derive satisfaction. So this realization happened slowly uh, through my childhood experiences in my village, and then when I was in leadership roles in my college. So then I realized that whenever I'm working for others, I'm getting a lot of satisfaction, and that work is actually motivating me. So once I decided that I will build a career in civil services, I spoke with a lot of people, lot of seniors, just to get a feel whether this career option will be good for me or not, whether it will suit my personality or not. After deciding that I will prepare, then I finalized a plan. From January 2018, I started my preparation. So, knowing one's strength, knowing your strength and weakness is also very important in life. Not for civil services, but for anything. So, I realized that whenever I'm keeping very distant goal, then I am not able to plan well, or I'm not able to put all the hard work that it requires. So in January 2018, I started, even though I knew that 5 months won't be that sufficient, but I kept my first goal as the prelims 2018 that was there in June. So with that mindset, I thought that I will clear that examination. I prepared day and night. Fortunately or unfortunately, I was not able to clear 2018 prelims. I call it fortunate because my mains preparation was not that good, and even if I had cleared 2018 prelims, I won't be able to clear mains. And once I did not clear prelims, uh, I revamped my thinking. I thought that 2019 would be my best attempt, and I will give 1 year to this examination. Then again, I will appear with all my preparation. Just after the prelims in June 2018, I decided to objectively choose my optional, because in civil services I think optional plays a very important role, and I gave a lot of time, around 40 days, to decide optional. People ask what should be the criteria. I think there should be only two criteria to decide optional: your interest as well as your strength, whether you will be able to study that optional for 2 3 years or not, whether you have sufficient strength to excel well in that optional or not. So weighing all these factors, I decided to choose anthropology, even though I come from civil engineering background. So I think whatever your background is, you can choose any optional. And then I prepared for 1 year. But in January 20, from June to December 2018, second half, I was not able to prepare that well. There were many factors, but the realization happened in January 2019 that if I have to clear this attempt, I need to study well. So for any competitive examination, even though it looks very tough, but once you realize that you have to put a lot of effort, then even the 5-6 months towards the end is sufficient if you study well. So from January 2018, I read, I gave around 8 to 9 hours daily, and that year I was able to clear with 290th rank. Even though in December 2018 I was pretty sure that it is very tough, this examination I won't be able to clear it because a lot of syllabus was left. So what I did, I started prioritizing things. If certain topics, if certain areas is more important, I first covered those areas. So I think that is one lesson I want to give to everyone, that we should prioritize things in any preparation. Whatever that is more important, whatever is relevant to the syllabus, you should first cover those topics, and you should first do the bare minimum. So this I am saying is because many times what happens that we only plan and we collect number of books, but we never study those things. So I realized that it is better to study less and revise more rather than just collecting books and not revising it at all. So I tried to cover the entire GS preparation or optional subject into number of iterations. At first iteration I will cover the bare minimum. In second iteration I do the value addition, and then I will try to improve my answer. So everything is in entire preparation, even for prelims and even for mains, I did it like this. And the best way to analyze oneself is through test series, through mock test. So for prelims in 2019 I gave around 70 tests, and for mains around 30. And similarly in 2020, because there was less time, it was around 40 days after the result, the next prelims. So I gave around 40 mock tests for prelims, and around 15 mock tests for mains. So mock test, attempting papers, practicing a lot has played me a very important role in my UPSC journey. And many people, after getting results, they become complacent. My aim was always to become an IAS officer. So just after the result in 2020 August, first week, after the result, I decided that I will give one more attempt, because that is the thing that I aimed for, and I already knew with my rank that I would be getting IAS. So with this examination is peculiar in one thing, that even though you have cleared this examination, every time it is new for you. So from level 0 I started again, and fearing that if I not clear prelims I won't be able to make it. There was very less number of days. But at that time I always had very good support from my family and my friends. So peer group, having a very good support from your peer group can play a very big role, not only in examination but in general in life. So I had very close group of friends with whom I used to discuss a lot, and then we used to motivate each other. And then I had a very good support from my family, from my father. I talked to my father. So I think at the end it all played well for me. And apart from that, I think having a positive mindset for examination is also very important. So whenever you feel that there is certain negative people around you, just be away from them. Should not reply to them whether if they are asking whether you will be able to clear the examination or not. When I started my preparation, I told one of my relatives. So the first question he asked is, job nahi mila kya? So this happens. Even your relative will try to pull you down. You don't have to listen to anyone else. Your family, you yourself is enough, and you don't have to prove anything to anyone. आपका competition आपसे होनी चाहिए. Just try to become a better version of yourself. ये कोट में अपने टेबल के आगे लगा के रखता था, और I used to compete with my marks that I used to get in mock papers. Or everyone knows how many marks if you score you will be able to clear prelims or the final examination. So I had that target that I will score this much, 150 in essay or 450 in GS or 300 plus in optional. So these kind of targets I used to have, and then I used to plan accordingly to achieve that target. You can refer toppers mock papers, and then you can easily analyze what kind of standards, what kind of quality in answer writing you require. So having a good planning is also very important, and that planning will depend upon the time, the amount of time that you are having. So I used to plan very holistically before the examination. Like just after prelims, I used to plan for mains. And after 1 month, I used to plan again because I know that many things which I had planned earlier, I won't be able to clear it. I won't be able to complete it. So then I used to again reprioritize things. So this thing is very common in any competitive examination, that you won't be able to complete 100%. But if you are able to do what is 70 to 75%, I think for any competitive examination that is sufficient. Whether you will be able to finally clear it or not. You will have confidence if you have prepared well, but you cannot be 100% sure. So I used to be consistent with my effort. Even after joining Indian Defence Account Service, I was into little bit into preparation. And on the day of the result, I was actually reading international relations at the time of when the PDF and the result came. I was reading international relations for next prelims. So I think one cannot be very sure in this examination. So if you plan that you will give this number of attempts, 2 or 3 attempts, if I had planned, then I will try to give those number of attempts without thinking the result. So just after prelims, I never waited for the prelims result to come. And the next day I used to start my mains preparation. And then again after mains preparation, I used to again read something related to mains and then interview. So I think consistency has played a very important role in whatever success I have achieved. And for any competitive examination, I think it is very common to have a lot of emotions. You will go through every kind of emotions that you know. So it's very common to feel low in the preparation phase. But you should always remember that IAS training does not start in Lavasana. It always starts with the preparation. The preparation will make you more mature, will make you more a better person, a better administrator. So one learns to handle this kind of pressure during the preparation phase itself. So even I used to go through low phase, but because I had a good peer group, because I had very good support, and because I knew that confidence is a very important role in this examination, I used to motivate myself. People ask where to cover, how to cover current affairs. I think for anything, firstly try to focus on the original sources. For example, newspaper, I used to cover it from the Hindu and Indian Express. And then I used to listen to All India Radio and Rajya Sabha TV. After that, there used to come compilation from coaching institutions, monthly compilation. So that thing I used to refer. So for GS also, first I covered the basic thing from whatever resources I decided. Then I used to supplement with facts, figures, examples, diagrams. So these things you can easily find out if you just Google the topic of syllabus of UPSC on Google. And then I used to write it somewhere else. I have shared my short notes in my Telegram channel. More than 70,000 people have joined it. Shubham Kumar Strategy and Notes for UPSC. This is the name of my Telegram channel. So for specific guidance, you can refer those. And in very detail, I have made one video which you can find on YouTube, 4 hours long video, where I explained how to prepare for prelims, how to prepare for essay, how to prepare for each GS paper, and how to do answer writing. Everything I will explain in detail. So here I would be more interested in taking individual questions, and that's it from my side. Thank you everyone.